Hello everyone, and welcome to Angel Heart Radio. This is Speaking with Angels, and I'm Teri Angel, and I'm so excited to be with you tonight and to be bringing you some wonderful guests on my show. But first, the angels have something that they want to share. Our angels are listening to our heart song. They hear our cries for help, our laughter, and our every need. When we reach out our hand, they take it under their wings to a place where only love resides. They wait patiently while we open our hearts to them. Will you open your heart as they speak to you now? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight is how our angels guide us, how we can listen, open up and listen to what it is they are saying to us. I have two very special guests with me tonight on Angel Heart Radio. I want to welcome Dr. Ruth Anderson to the show. Hi, Ruth.
Hi, Teri. Thank you for having me.
So glad you're here. And I also have Deb Goldberg, who is no novice to Angel Heart Radio. She is a host herself. Hello, Deb.
Hi, thanks for having me here. It's always wonderful to be in this triad together.
It absolutely is. And here we are, our little triad, and we have been hearing some powerful messages. But first, I'd like to share what Enlightened World is all about. And I am going to ask Dr. Ruth Anderson to share with us some of that backstory of how Enlightened World came to be and how you got the inspiration for that.
Thank you, Teri. So Archangel Michael was really the impetus for Enlightened World coming together. And every day I would sit in meditation and really just listen to what Archangel Michael wanted to share with me. And first it was that he was teaching me things. And then it was that he was asking me to do things, to write a book, to have a podcast. And then he wanted me, and I'm getting goosebumps saying this, he wanted me to create Enlightened World. And the reason for Enlightened World was to support light workers that had a message to put out into the world, but didn't know how to do it. And instead of getting caught up in things like create a website or figure out how to have a podcast, I was told that that's what Enlightened World is for, to help support light workers to be able to do those things, to publish a book, have a weekly podcast if they want, to create a new website. Who knows what the archangels are asking folks to do? But my job is to support them while they're doing it so they can get back out into the world doing their light working, because it is so critical now more than ever that they're doing that. So that was what brought Enlightened World onto the page. And then Enlightened World Network is the format for bringing those podcasts out to folks. So right here, we're streaming onto Enlightened World Network on Facebook and as well on YouTube. So that's what started the whole thing.
Wonderful. And Archangel Michael has been guiding this the whole way. So I'm very grateful for that. I'm grateful for you, Ruth, for opening up and listening. A lot of times we might hear an angel talking to us. We might see all the signs, all the information that they're giving us. And we have a choice, don't we? If we're going to really listen and see what that's all about and be open and willing to accept it, or we can just turn a deaf ear to it, right? A lot of people do that.
Well, we always don't know. Right. We always have free will. So even if I were to hear, I did that the other day. Archangel Michael has suggested I do something, and I sat with it, and it just didn't feel right for me. And probably in the long term, it is what's right for me. But this was one of the times that I played my veto card, and I said, I'm not doing that. So I'm sure at some point I'll figure out what I missed by not going that route. But for right now, I'm feeling pretty good about saying no. And I don't say no very often.
I know that. I do know that. But yeah, we do have that free will. And I always wonder when we say no, it's like, oh, did I upset something? But yeah, they understand, in this human body, we only have so much time in the day, for one thing. And when there's all this demand, which there has been a lot that you've been asked to do. I mean, let's talk about the summit that we did. Oh my gosh, September, was
Mhm.
it?
Right. In April, Archangel Michael had suggested I do a women's summit, and it was only speaking to women. And he told me every single aspect of this summit that I was supposed to do. So in June, I interviewed 31 women and learned how to edit videos. I had no idea. And then in September and first day of October, we ran one of the interviews every day. And Archangel Michael asked that I create a community around it, a community of speakers and a community of participants. So we did that. And then Archangel Michael asked for me to create 2 anthologies written by the speakers and the participants. So we did that. And then Archangel Michael asked for me to continue with Sunday summits. So we did that over the holidays. We had 9 Sunday summits, and it gave the speakers the opportunity to present again and help build the community. So yes, Archangel Michael just keeps coming up with, they're fabulous ideas. They really are, but
Yeah.
some of them take a lot of time.
Did you ever just say, do you know I'm only one person?
I have said,
Like, hello,
yeah.
I'm going to cry uncle now.
I have said, how about we look at the calendar and you tell me
Yeah.
how we're going to write 2 anthologies in 3 months and get them published. And we did. We wrote them and got them published in 3 months. So even when I kind of push back and go, gosh, can we look at the calendar on this one? Without fail, when they tell me something can happen in that amount of time, it can happen in that amount of time. So I've learned to stop pushing back so much.
Wonderful. And one thing that I see that happen, because I'm very much involved and a part of it, is that the angels did place people in your life to, I won't say take on some of the burden, but to make it go smoother and flow with ease and grace. And Deb Goldberg, if you would step forward, because that was um, very important when that information came out, as far as who was going to work with Ruth in getting all of these tasks in place and getting them accomplished. So can you tell us your story of how you got involved with Enlightened World Network?
Sure. We were just starting the summit, and Ruth had asked for technical help on how to put the Zoom onto Facebook, or how to use Facebook Live. And so I knew I had used that before with Angel Heart Radio. And so I thought, oh, I could help out with this. And you too, it was the 2 of us that said, oh, we can help out with this. And from the start, I went back and looked at the first interview, which was me, and all 3 of us were together on the first interview. I mean, it was like from the beginning of that point of when the summit started. And then it was sort of, needing help in this area or that area, and then helping out with the other interviews, doing some technical work. And so it just kind of, everything fell into place, and it was so much fun. And it was really enjoyable meeting all of these different women. And it was great working with the 2 of you. So everything just lined up and it felt great. And so I know it was all divinely ordered too.
Yeah, it felt expansive, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That was what I felt. It was like a whole new world was opening up. And yeah, I felt very honored when Ruth gave me that message that she was hearing Archangel Michael clearly, that we were to be a part of this more than just a speaker coming on for half an hour or so, that we were supposed to really work with her and do more. of what was being laid out for us to do. And it really has taken on quite a life of its own, hasn't it, ladies?
Mhm.
It absolutely has. Yeah. Well, and what I realized the other day, and I feel almost guilty saying this, but between Teri, Deb and I, we were on the phone for 5 hours straight working on stuff. And when I got off the phone, I thought, man, I should be tired. But I was actually exhilarated. And it felt like we had worked for about 45 minutes. And I think that's when you know you were really in your passion.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, you're in flow.
Mhm.
And, there's no, that's just one thing I've noticed with the three of us, there's no resistance.
Mhm.
And the beautiful, beautiful thing that has happened is there's no competition. We see each other as one and
Mhm.
working in unity toward whatever that goal is that's out there.
Mhm.
So I absolutely love the challenge before us.
Mhm.
And some days we're on the phone for quite a while, but we know what we're working toward. We know what we're bringing to light. And to me, the beauty of hearing from the angels is hearing the joy. Because when we're in flow, when we're doing our life path, and like you said, Ruth, that passion, that absolute delight in what we're doing, the angels are right there. They're lifting us up, and we're feeling that. We're feeling. Sometimes it feels like I'm floating. As they're lifting my vibration. It's a real energy of lightness, of joy, and I've heard from multiple places and from the angels, this life should be fun. It should be fun. And if it's not, what's going on? What are you not listening to? What are you missing that's there in front of you? But you are putting all of this heaviness on it. We put all of that on ourselves. The
Mhm.
angels don't put it on us. We're not told we have to do this. We're
Mhm.
just given the task if we accept it. It's kind of like, what was it, Mission Impossible? Your mission, if you choose to accept it. And I feel like we've all accepted it. So I want to say to our listeners, the ones that are on right now, we figured out how to get people to interact with us by you calling in. And I've got the number up on the screen. And you have to not only dial that number, but you have to give the web ID as well. So that information is there. If you hear anything that we're talking about tonight and you want more of an explanation, or you just want to say hello to us, but we do ask that you keep any questions that you have, you keep it on topic, because we're discussing speaking with angels. We're discussing hearing that voice and what they might lead us to do. And we've got some exciting things coming up with Enlightened World. So I'd like to go into what's coming up, because we've talked about the summit that happened last September. And then there was another event after that, which were the Sunday summits. So let's talk about that for a minute. What our next mission was that we heard after the women's summit was ending. Um, we heard that it wasn't going to stop, right?
We did hear that. And it was right at the holidays. And what we were asked to do was every Sunday in November and December to get in community with our folks on Enlightened World and just talk about things that we come across in during the holidays that might make it difficult for us to get through. And we know some of our friends just wanted to kind of duck and cover and totally avoid the holidays, and others were reveling in it. And so we had that entire range of people coming to us. So it was fun putting together the programs with the curriculum given to us by Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael, by the way. So we knew every week exactly what we were supposed to talk about. And the beautiful thing about it, and this is how things start and get rolling. Every one of those Sunday summits, we did a meditative experience. Well, that was new for us. Little did we know when we were doing that, that the archangels were then going to be asking us to do a meditation every day online. And little did we know that they were going to ask us once a month to do a complete day of healing with back to back to back to back healers. But it was the Sunday summits that started us down that road. So here we are. We know that we're going to be doing a meditation a day at least until the end of September. And it's leading up to a retreat that we're going to be having. So fun for us to see these things just kind of come down the line as they're rolling out.
It really is. The Sunday summits, I felt it was almost like a springboard. It was like we finished the summit, which, we all thought was the big event, right?
Yeah.
Little did we know that was just the beginning. But then we had the Sunday summits, and now it's like, okay, you want us to do that? Okay. So the meditations a day, let's talk about that. Deb, would you like to talk about the meditations a day and what that means to you and what you get from them?
Well, it's so beautiful to start putting a network together of people that I haven't known, and really seeing the expansiveness of people's unique styles of how they do meditations. And so each day we have anywhere from about usually 15 to 25 minutes of meditation. Sometimes it's shorter, but it is somebody that is geared to a topic for that day that they feel is important, or a channeling that comes through, and it's just so divinely inspired, and you can really connect with each person's energy for whatever you need that day. So it's really become a support system for a lot of our community, that they know that daily they can tune in and listen to somebody's meditation. And they can go back and listen to other ones if they need more than one that day. But there is something there for everybody.
What I love about the meditation a day, they are live meditations. These weren't recorded last month or 2 years ago. These are happening every single day. I think that's so exciting. And I can tell you, when Archangel Michael was first telling me to create Enlightened World, he showed me a calendar with a meditation a day. And at the time I thought, holy cow, how am I supposed to find that? And this was 2 years ago. And I got a false start going on that. And I was told, well, don't worry about it. You don't have to do them all. I thought, okay, well, that's good. But it wasn't time yet for it. But I had seen it 2 years ago. So to have it finally coming to fruition, and it's coming so effortlessly, I'm thrilled that what I was shown 2 years ago is actually coming true.
That is exciting. And like Deb said, what I've noticed with those meditations a day, it is listening to someone share maybe their expertise, maybe share what they have received from spirit to bring forth. There's been many of them that, yeah, I want to connect with that person. I know it like almost instantly when they start going into the meditation. And Deb, I know you've experienced this as well, where somebody just really touches you to that point where you're like, I want to know more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the opportunity we offer for people that come on and lead these meditations. We offer that they can share out how to get in touch with them. So I love that. And you mentioned also, Deb, that they can go and listen to any of the meditations. So Ruth, can you share how that can happen with Enlightened World Online?
Right. So enlightenedworld.online is our website. And you can go on there and look on the meditation calendar, and you can watch any of them. That when we just started this January, very beginning of January, you can also go to Enlightened World Network on YouTube, and you can look on the different playlists and you can find all of the meditations there. But I just wanted to piggyback on something that was said, which was when you see someone or hear someone and you think, I want to know more about that person. That's how I met Deb Goldberg, because I was listening to a video, or I was listening to an interview that she had done. And as I listened to it, everything in my body screamed, I need to know her. And so I reached out to her, and I was just like embarrassed. I said, I don't know, but I really just want to like connect with you. And what a godsend she is. So if you feel that when you hear someone talk, reach out to them, because there may be some life-changing reason that you're supposed to connect with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's become such a beautiful platform for meditators, for meditation teachers, for healers. It's become really a platform to also help launch what their work is. So there's two things going on. The community of listeners is benefiting from all the beautiful gifts that each person's been given. And then each one of the meditators have a chance to shine and share their light with other people, and their love and their gifts. So it's twofold. It's benefiting in so many different ways.
It really is. It's a ministry, and that's what we wanted to share. Is Enlightened World is a ministry, and we all feel very called to go forward, go boldly forward, and bring more of this, more of the light of the ministry into the world. So, ladies, we talked about the summit that was done, and then after that was the Sunday summits. And then now we're doing meditation a day. But then there's this part where once a month we live stream for how long?
About 13 hours.
13 hours. And now we were all like, what?
No, my gosh, how's that going to happen?
I know, right? So let's talk about that January one, because that's where it all started. That was the very first one. And what a blessing I felt that day was. Yes, it was long, but wow, was it powerful.
Well, the funny thing to me on that was the three of us had decided we wanted to get away, have our own little quiet retreat. And we had all these big ideas. Oh, let's go to Florida. It's warm, and we can go to the beach, and we can go do this and see manatees, and we can do all of this. And Archangel Michael went, yes, but you could also do a day of healing, and every 30 minutes you could have a new person coming on and doing a live meditation. So we did that. We had 24 different healing sessions, each 30 minutes long, just back to back to back to back. And the beautiful thing was we were all in the same place in Florida, and we could just piggyback off of each other and support each other while the other one was hosting the show. It was a beautiful opportunity to see the skills that all three of us bring to the table and figure out how we can work well together. It was really a magical opportunity that day.
It was very magical. And then so much more came out of that. Just that time of that day of doing the day of healing. Then we started to do silent meditations on Sunday with the three of us for a half hour. And that is meditating in silence and unity has been creating so much connection and love to flow through all of us, and the community that does it with us, whoever's watching that day, we're having a collective silent meditation. just sending out so much love and light to the world, and goodwill and healing. And it is a very special time for the three of us on Sunday mornings when we do this.
It has become something so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
As we connect, we mute anything that we might be saying, but as we connect, we really see energy going to each other, going to anyone who might need it in our world. And this has been huge. Our Sunday meditations, those silent meditations, have really filled a lot of people with something that was needed. They needed to know that they could come together in one place and gather to a healing pool that Ruth has envisioned, that the angels have really opened up her site. And Deb and I have also seen that. We've been able to tap in and see that healing pool. And that's what those Sunday meditations are. They're bringing people in to the healing waters and just sending out so much love and so much energy of healing to them. And it's very special. So if you haven't encountered that yet and you haven't jumped into our Sunday meditations, it's every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern time, with the exception of when we do our days of healing, which is coming up. And so let's go there. We have our second day of healing coming up in this weekend on the 16th of February. And let's talk about some of the people that are going to be involved in that, and also about the two silent meditations that we'll be doing on that day.
Mm-hmm.
So while I'm looking up the names of who's going to be there, Deb, do you want to talk about the collective silent healings?
Yeah, that one, because we have different times for these, and that one will be 3:30 on February 16th, which is Sunday, and it's 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. And the collective one is where we are sending love and light out to the universe and praying for everyone. And what is so amazing is we have people join us that that are also silent, but you could see them, and they are whatever mode that they use to in their work, whether it's sound healing, whether it's meditation, whatever it is, they are doing this and sending out all of this energy at the same time while we are on that 30-minute collective healing. And then at 10:30 in the morning, we're going to have an individual 30-minute healing. And so healers will come on also at 10:30 and do this silent meditation, sending out for individual healing, for sending love out for whatever people need specifically in their life. And so it is amazing the energy that comes through. It's so powerful. It's brought me to tears doing it, even our silent meditations. Who would have ever thought doing a silent meditation like that would be so powerful? It is. Watching your own expansiveness of your heart and what you are able to bring out to help others.
Absolutely. And we can mention that we would love for anyone who has that desire, has that pull, maybe the angels whispering in your ear right now, for you to let us know if you want to join in, if you would like to be one of those that's out there giving energy out during that silent meditation time. And Deb, again, that was 10:30 in the morning, and the second one,
yes, Eastern time for the individual, and 3:30 for the collective.
Right. So if you're listening to this and you say, I'd love to do that, just let us know. we'll give you the contact information at the end of the show of how you can reach all of us at Enlightened World. And just let us know you'd like to be involved in that, because we would love to have you if that's the case that you want to do it. So Ruth, do we have some people we would like to talk about that's going to be on this Sunday?
You know, I'm looking at this list and it's really fun to see where people are calling in from, because we have got somebody from Greece, somebody from India, somebody from Tokyo, and we've just got such an eclectic, diverse group of folks. It's so exciting to see. And really that's our hope, is to have the healing sessions really mirror the diversity that we have in the world. So absolutely we're open to talking with any healers, frankly. But John Strasser, we've got Sharmi Devan, she's coming in from India, Suzanne Ross with Spy TV, Robert Painley, Anula's Angel Place. So that's exciting. They're coming in from Rhodes, Greece. Marbeth Dunn, she's been with us on several shows already. Rebecca Abraxas, Lottie Whalen, Kevin Schoeninger, and Stephen Altair. The combination of the two of them, very profound in their meditative skills. Wow, what a treat. Joan of Angels, Tracy Gazelle, Niobe Weaver does a beautiful sound healing. Leanne Berkstaff and Victoria Holtz. Leanne is in Australia. Dr. Lynetto G. Willis. I know Deb, she's one of your friends. Lisa Jo Davis, Lute Brian Smith. We've enjoyed his work a great deal. And then the very last session is a ceremony of light. And that's something that we, the three of us, do together. And that's a special ceremony that the archangels had shared with me, where we all go to the healing pool and we commune with Divine Mother and the archangels there and receive healing and embrace joy. The ceremonies of light have been so profound for me to be participating in. So we close each one of the days of healing with that.
Beautiful. Yes, they have been a joy, the times that we've come together in those ceremonies. So what a wonderful day. All of those healers, those meditators, the people that will be there are all people that came forward and said, yeah, I want to do this. And that's the thing, when your heart is in it, when it's your passion, you step up. You don't just sit back and say, oh, somebody will do it, right? None of us are sitting back. We're like, okay, we're the ones. And we've heard a few other things that we will be doing. So let's move to come to the table. Welcome home. Welcome home, returning to love. And this is a new program that the three of us will be doing. Did we set a start date, ladies? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
First Sunday starting in March.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I didn't have my notes in front of me. So let's look at this about what the angels have inspired, because I heard it very clearly at, I believe, when we were together. That's when that came forth, that we were to just kind of sit around the table and talk. You know, whatever the angels brought forth is what would need to be put out there on these discussion times. So recently we came up with the name, which is Come to the Table. And I love that, because let's think about what it means to come to a table. Yeah, to really sit there with each other and commune together. And to me, that's just the warmest place that we could come to just sit there and know that we're going to be fed. We're not going to be fed food for our physical body. We're going to be fed from spirit. And that's what I'm excited about. This show is going to be interactive. We want people to be involved with us, to ask questions, to put out things that you would like to hear, to let us know what you would like to discuss. So I'm excited. Are you all excited?
Oh yes, oh yes. And really the foundation of this show is helping people in their spiritual journey, that kind of doing some hand holding of the awakening process, or why are things happening, like why can I all of a sudden hear angels, or I can hear God or Jesus, or whatever is happening with that person, that we're going to be there to do some hand holding and let people know that this awakening process and being able to connect with the divine that lives within you is normal. And so we want to normalize the situation for everyone and help people know that we're willing to help them through divinely inspired guidance, through our own awakenings of what is it like to be walking a spiritual journey, and that we're here for answers as much as we can be, of being able to help people understand their path.
I know when I was first starting out learning about energy and learning about the archangels, I had so many questions and nobody I could ask. Nobody in a body that I could ask. I could ask the archangels, but boy, it would have been nice to have somebody in a body that I could ask those questions of. And so that's what we're providing, is this place for folks to just come and sit with us and share their questions, their observations. I know the question I had so many times was, am I crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing these things, I'm seeing these things, but nobody else around me is. So there must be something really wrong with me.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be able to talk to folks and share with them the things we've experienced, to hear what they're experiencing, and shed some light on it for them. If we can be helpful in that way, I would be thrilled.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it's all about. Letting others know that we all have that ability to hear the angels. And sometimes you don't know what that voice is. So this will be an open, raw discussion, about how we commune with the angels, with spirit, with divine mother, and some of the terminology that we use. Anybody that's just now discovering their angels or discovering their spirit guides or their connection with spirit, they don't know what that means. They don't know what divine mother is. They don't know, that there are archangels that are always there for us. So this time, I think this is going to be a really great time together for the three of us, but also it's part of our ministry to share with others all of these things and answer questions and really be there for anyone who needs that.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited, and I hope if you're hearing this right now that you'll be excited and you'll be able to tune into the show at Enlightened World Network on Facebook. And again, ladies, it will be
The first Sunday of the month, right after our meditation a day.
Yes, so the meditation's at 10 a.m. and the that show will be on at 11 a.m. Eastern on Sundays. So that's our ministry time.
It's our ministry. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what we've been called to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's so many other really good things going on Enlightened World Network. And Teri, we have gratitude happy hour on every Tuesday and Thursday. And Tuesday, is a special also group that you do on healing trauma. So I think it would be important to let people know that we are showcasing that show also on Enlightened World Network.
Yes, thank you, Deb. It's healing emotionally after trauma, which we have trauma all of our lifetimes. We have things we go through, whether it's a loss, loss by death, loss by separation, divorce, whatever that might be, or an illness. So we're going to be discussing many facets of healing after trauma. And tomorrow, on Tuesday, I have Carol Ann Cross on with me, who is another Angel Heart Radio host. And we are going to start into talking about grief. That is not a one show thing. So Carol and I will start talking about that tomorrow, and it's at 5 o'clock Eastern time. So hopefully you'll join that on Enlightened World. And Deb, on Wednesday, you have a wonderful show that just began, was it 2 weeks ago
Yeah.
that your show started? So can you tell us about your show?
Sure. It's called Divine Relationship Recovery. And it is about helping people understand their relationships through a divine lens, of really understanding how important it is to connect with divine love so that you have much more information, knowledge, and the support of your own heart growing so that you can go into other relationships and really enjoy and have the fulfillment of the relationships that you really want to have. So I'm starting out slow because we're going to get into a lot of metaphysical things as we go along, but I really want to help people build a foundation of having an intimate relationship with divine love.
Beautiful. And Ruth, you will be joining her on Wednesday night on that show.
I will. So Teri and I take turns hosting with Deb. So that's totally our pleasure to walk with Deb through this.
Yeah, and I'm very grateful for the both of you doing that. It's something that is very meaningful to me. It's my passion, and having you both help me walk through that passion is really wonderful.
It's so needed.
Mm-hmm.
We all right now are searching for the answers in these lifetimes that we're living and trying to see how the puzzle fits together. And part of that is that relationship with God and that relationship with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
A very important relationship for us all to really look at and consider, do I give myself enough love? How do I feel about myself? So I'm so glad that you're doing this, Deb. I watched the first show with you and Ruth, and I was on with you last week,
Mm-hmm.
and they're really great shows and great information. So thank you for stepping up and again for hearing the voice
Mm-hmm.
and responding and saying yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
And we have that retreat coming that we need to talk about.
That is our biggie right now that we're working on, right, ladies? It's taking up a lot of energy to hear exactly what spirit is guiding. Sometimes, for me, I can only speak for myself, but for me, when I hear spirit talking to me, sometimes I have to like tune in that radio station. It's like, I hear you talking, but you're not clear yet. So this retreat that we've been shown by spirit is going to happen. We know it's going to happen. We're right now fine tuning that station so we can hear all the details. So we know for a fact that it's going to be in September, right? So we narrowed that down. We're like, yeah, we hear you on that. And we know that it's going to be on the West Coast of the United States. So we have heard that. We do not have an exact location yet, but it's getting there. We're honing in on that, and we are going to have that information very soon. Everything's going to be in place very soon. So let's talk about what that retreat is and what it might look like, ladies.
So first of all, I would just like to say, when we were together in Florida doing the Day of Healing, we would sit in meditation together every morning. And it was during those meditations that the curriculum for this retreat was shelled out day after day. It really was just laid right out for us. And it's a fabulous curriculum. If I weren't helping to run it, I would want to go to it because it's really good stuff. And it's called Reclaim Your Divine Blueprint, Return to Love. And it is so divinely inspired. It's really about helping each one of us recognize ourselves as a divine um, a divine connection to God, that we are God. God is us. We are God. And how does that relate to what we're doing in real life? Right? How does it relate to our relationships? How does it relate to how we spend time on a given evening? And then what are next steps? What is our calling? It's a fabulous, fabulous curriculum.
Mm. Yeah, and then we're going to do a lot on how did you become who you are? Who do you think that you are? And really connecting you with who you truly are. So that you can come from that space in stepping into your divine purpose.
Absolutely. And
Then,
I love the name,
Mm-hmm.
Reclaim the Divine Blueprint. And that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. So I'd like to ask both of you, when you hear the words return to love, what does that bring up for you?
I know for me, I knew even as a young child that I had a love affair with the Holy Spirit. I didn't have the words for it, but I knew that that was there. And I gravitated it other times through my life of being more connected or being less connected. But that relationship has always been there. And to me, it's stepping back and seeing that love relationship throughout my life and really embracing it, that I was always with love. I was never without it, but returning to it, embracing it for all that it is for me.
Beautiful.
Deb?
Yeah. One of the things that I have felt in my relationship with God and Jesus and the angels is it's profound love that I look at what it is a holy union. It is a holy union of mutual love and admiration of each other. That what you're feeling towards God, God's feeling towards you. And it just keeps going back and forth and back and forth. And that you get lost in that love and adoration for the oneness of what you are. And so returning home means to me is always going within and knowing that that is what is always there, that it is who I am, it is the substance of what I am, and it keeps me safe. It guides me through this life, and that, during the day, each one of us will walk off into the illusion again, into the earth world of what we think is going on outside of us. And it's really easy to forget that holy union is sacred and it's within you and it is always active even when you forget it. So returning home is me remembering, oh, that's right. This is what's there. This is the truth of who I am and everyone else. So it is, yeah, that's what it is to me. How about you, Teri?
Yeah, Teri, what's it for you?
I couldn't have said it any better, Deb. That was beautiful. For me, it is coming home. When I think of home, it's not really this earth. It's not really this human body, this existence. It's that knowing that I am part of something so great, something so beautiful and magnificent that it blows me away. I get emotional every time I think about being in the oneness with all that is, with the creator that created all of us. So the closest thing that I can find here on earth is when I sit at the ocean and I listen to those waves and I listen to the sounds and I see the water come in and the peace that I feel. And that to me is what it's all about. When you come home, you feel that peace.
Mm-hmm.
So my closest place home on earth is sitting on the beach at the ocean and just being in that energy that's so massive and so powerful, but yet at the same time, it can be gentle. It can be when you walk at the edge and the water gently laps up on you. And spirit to me is that way. It's so massive and powerful, but it's a gentle being inside of each of us. And I just love it. And I love the whole concept of returning to love, coming home to love. And that's what this retreat is. It's going to be so special because it's going to have all of these ways that people can really relate and resonate with what love is all about, with what that universal, beautiful love inside of each of us is all about, and connecting in that oneness, because that's what we all strive for. We all want to return home, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Beautiful.
I can't wait for it myself. I'm ready. I'm ready to go now. It's like, can we just get on that plane now? And it will be wonderful. And we will be getting more information out as soon as we know. We will start sharing that out and letting you know so that you can register for it and come and be with us, the three of us, and sit together with some wonderful people that are coming, some coming internationally to join us on this retreat. So we're very excited about that.
Yeah.
Oh, ladies, we got a big job ahead of us.
We do, but do we want to also mention our gems?
Oh, yes, of
Yes,
course we do.
because that's what we could be doing in the meantime.
Yes, yes, yes. Part of our ministry is something that was so inspired and that happened so magically, didn't it? It felt really magical how this came to be. And they're called angelic gems. And we've actually, oh, thank you, Deb. And we have actually been playing with these angelic gems that have been infused by the angelic energy. So, Ruth, would you like to talk about the gems?
I would love to, but first I need to get the same background because I love it. So Archangel Raphael shared with me these green gems, and we have glass gems that resemble them, and that's what they look like. Actually, there's pictures of it behind me. But Archangel Raphael infuses these gems with, it's a transformative energy. And the fascinating thing about this energy is it changes for whoever it is that's being worked on. So we have seen inside these gems 12 different colors, and each color works on a different level of healing or clearing or transformation, from physical to spiritual, emotional, clearing out grief or clearing out toxins even, or past lives, anything that's coming down through the DNA that's ready to be removed. It's actually quite fascinating. And we can't wait to start offering these gems up for people to be able to purchase and use themselves. But we have done, in the Sunday summits, we did two different healing sessions with the angelic gems. We can't wait to show these to you and share them out with you. We're so excited about that.
It is very exciting. We are working currently on how to offer this for people, as far as you having these gems of your own to hold in your hand. And we're working on the instructions that we've been given from the angels of how those sessions will take place, how we can best work with the energy of the angels through these gems and to bring that forward. And that's happening rapidly, I might add, that it's all coming together. And soon all of that information will be out as well. We do have an email address if you're interested in playing with us and letting us share this wonderful magical energy with you. And it's triadangelicgems@gmail.com. And you can just let us know, I'm interested. I want to explore. I want to see what that's all about. And part of what we've been instructed in is that we are going to offer training for people in how to work with the gems and do energy healing, shifting energy fields with the work of the angels working through these gems. So it's all very exciting. It's all just falling into place, isn't it, ladies? The whole it's almost like, Ruth, when you noticed with the first summit that was done, you noticed there was like a curriculum that was taking place, and it feels like that's what they're doing with us. It's like, okay, here you're going to do this, and here's your curriculum for it. So everything is just falling in divine time, and that's what I love. Is it might feel like it's happening quickly, but it's the angels guiding us and really putting things into place before we even do anything. It's already there. We just have to kind of catch up to them, and they're pretty quick sometimes.
Yes, they are.
Well, I feel truly blessed to be with the two of you and doing this work together. Ruth, if you would please tell people how to reach you and how to reach anyone that wants to get more information from Enlightened World.
Sure. So enlightenedworld.online is the website. And if you want to reach out to me personally, you can reach out to me at openclinic1@outlook.com, or you can also reach out on Facebook Messenger. So I'm on as Ruth Anderson.
Thank you. And Deb?
Oh, you can reach me at debbiengoldberg.com, or you can reach me on Facebook on Messenger under Deb Goldberg.
Thank you, ladies. You are amazing. And I'm really grateful to be working, and it doesn't even feel like work, but to be working alongside the two of you, doing our passion. And I feel like it is our passion that we have really melded together to a point where we all know that this is what our life is. This is our life path together to do this. So thank you. And thank you for sharing tonight and for really being open to the mission that we're on. So I hope any of you that heard this tonight, if there was something that touched your heart, if there's something you said, I want to know more about that. I want to know what you're doing on these meditations. I want to know what you're doing with this retreat or with these healing gems. Just please reach out. Reach out to any of us individually. Reach out to all of us at enlightenedworld.online. And thank you. Thank you for tuning in tonight. It's been a pleasure to be here with you. I'm on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, speaking with angels. This has been a very blessed show. We feel the presence of the angels with us tonight. So thank you. I love you both so much. I send you both hugs and kisses and can't wait to see you again in person. So I hope all of you have a great night. Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Love you all.
Bye, everyone.